All right. Well, let's jump
So I'm going to
into...
move over to, I'm going to progress in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click.
Sunday. Creepy. Is what they're going for. Well, hello.
I can still
We
Oh,
should
go ahead.
probably introduce ourselves before we get
Go
into
for it,
it.
Terry.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Terry Candlestick, back from my week off due to the illnesses. And you
Yeah, he
can
had the black
find...
lung.
Huh?
He had the black lung.
I had a black lung. Yeah, I went to the iron lung. Turns out it's full of silt and coal and shit. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube. And you can also find me on Blue Sky. I'm not too active on Blue Sky, but I try to post videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and usually I try to do like a little extra on Friday if we have the stuff. If I don't, there's no bonus. Sorry. But I do try to also put some shorts out every now and then too. So glad y'all enjoying. Channel is growing on my end. We are at Finn's favorite number. That being
70?
69.
Nice.
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 Just like at the auction at BLFC, every time you pass that number, 67, 68, 69, nice!
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Finn?
Howdy, everyone. My name is Fen and I stream on Twitch. I will be streaming a little bit more than usual. I'm going to try and get back to a steady streaming schedule. I'm not sure what we're going to stream yet. I do want to get through Final Fantasy XIV, so I'll probably start streaming that because Power World is going to have its 1.0 update sometime in 2016. And it would be nice to just not have to restart a playthrough mid-playthrough. Power World is a big game. And yeah, you can catch me on Twitch. I stream on Twitch. I post on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, you know I stream on Twitch. And I haven't started doing Kick or anything like that yet, but I might try it out. I am not sure. And you can find me on Blue Sky at Fenway. But yeah, aside from that, just everything's progressing slowly and steadily. It's usually how it goes. I have been exercising more, so you guys might see a less fat Fen in the future.
No, that's unfortunate. Well, that's fortunate for you. I've been attending college classes, so I've been having to do a lot of book reading. And I don't have a nice treadmill to just take leisurely walks on. I have a elliptical, which if anyone's used one of those, they know that's not leisurely. You don't read textbooks to that. You struggle and you huff and puff and feel like your legs are about to fall off to that.
What I started doing was I started hiking up the mountain because my neighbors showed me that we had this nice trail that goes up into the foothills behind my residence.
Yeah.
And so it's about 3 miles. So I just started hiking up there. And yesterday I did my double loop, going up the front way one direction and then the back way on the second lap. And yeah, I overtrained, couldn't sleep, and then slept in a lot. So it's nice. We're getting there.
Well, mistakes made or lessons learned, Finn. You just have to sensationalize it to make it, more entertaining. You overtrained, you did because you uh, maxed out a leg, it gave out, you went rolling down the hill, head first, like a top, and other weird shit happened. Ain't that right?
everyone. So, yesterday, I went up the mountain twice, and up, and as I rose upon the mountainside, I struggled, and I huffed, and I puffed, and there were dogs. Holy crap, you would be not amazed at how fast you have to run sometimes. I didn't have to run from any dogs, but we got up the mountainside, and then we came down the mountainside, and then we did it again. And, well, not again and again, but we went back up the mountainside from behind. Okay, that was my attempt at sensationalizing it. It was during the daytime.
The light was blindingly bright.
I went up there, and I was blinded by the light. That's why my face is kind of red.
While at the top of the mountain, I was accosted by strong wind.
I didn't even get to the top of the mountain. I haven't gotten there yet. But, it works.
It works.
But yeah, there we go.
I'm in the worst part of
see my...
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, God. I'm looking at my green screen and I'm seeing all these stripes from the light coming in the gaps in the window blinds.
Oh.
So...
Is it blindingly
bright? It currently
bright?
looks like I'm sort of in the Matrix right now.
It's not Neo. It's
I'm gonna get
Theo.
copyrighted. Fenno.
I'm in the worst part of the cold or whatever like that. It's the point where the actual illness is gone, but you're coughing up shit for like a week and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
I've been taking
the
Mucinex not other expectorant. I've been taking Mucinex.
Yeah, expectorants.
Yeah, expectorant. You expect to be coughing and everyone be looking at you. It's awkward.
They help you expel things. Expectorant. I'm actually gonna put up the shield again. I'll be right back. Probably about 30 seconds.
Okay. Honestly, this is the worst part of a cough. Is it? Is it really? I think it might be. It's not feeling bad. Maybe it is. Because when you're feeling bad, if your work's any good, especially in America, you can just take time off. They'll let you, they give you like a week's worth of sick days and say, during the worst of it, and when you're really contagious, just don't come in. We'll pay you. But now...
Good news, everyone. I am no longer in the Matrix.
Well, that sucks. You're a flush battery.
Does that mean that I'm now fully aware that I'm a flush battery and I'm just laying there going slowly insane?
Why does this juice I'm in taste like chicken? Bang on the side. Can I get a Nintendo Switch? Can I get a Steam Deck? I want to play some Power World.
Why does this stuff that's going in down into my stomach sort of taste like pork? I'm sure there's no reason.
I know. Can I get a book laminated? I want to read. I would like some graphic novels, some manga. Can I get a little phone? It's always plugged in. I can watch some anime.
This one's defective. Wash into the blender. Let's go ahead and get on into it, shall we?
It's kind of like Can Your Pet. All right, let's get into it.
Your pet?
Yeah, Can Your Pet.
I don't know about that one.
You don't? Okay. Real quick. There is a game called Can Your Pet.
Oh, wait, I think I know the one you're talking about. It's a Flash game, right?
It's a Flash game, and you have a little pet chicken. There's a little chick.
Okay, yeah, I know the one you're talking about from a long time ago, yes.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. You are the pet. in this scenario, apparently, because they said, "Oh, it's
Hmm.
defective. Send it to the blender." Oh,
No, no, no. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I do not want to get stuffed and like have get like chocolate filled. All right, let's go ahead and get on into it.
Okay.
I can still feel the stitches in my leg. And though I pull out the little bits of line, I can still feel the stitches in my leg, even though I pulled out the little bits of line a half hour ago. Despite living here the vast majority of my life, even I had trouble figuring out where the hell we were. As I walk, and the stinging throbs with every step, close my eyes and realize how exhausted I really am. Running off extreme adrenaline for a day will take the wind out of you. So will multiple blows to the head and torture, apparently. I keep imagining that when I open my eyes, I'll be back in my dorm. I'll sit up from bed and Vincent will be tapping away on his laptop on the other side of the room. I'd tell him I had a fucked up dream and he'd tell me that too cool for tell me in that too cool for school tone to blog about it. Yeah, man, just blog about it.
Just
Yeah.
blog, man.
Yeah.
You
The
should just
rhythm.
blog about it.
He's
Uh,
just Peter Griffin. Just blog about it.
no,
The
actually,
rhythmic
it would be
typing.
Cleveland. Well, that's really messed up. What you should really do is just blog about it. That's what Cleveland Jr. does every time he has a bad dream, Peter.
And every time I have a bad leg,
I saw your blog, Quagmire. It's all the little ladies that you have.
the rhythmic typing. The rhythmic tapping was at first really annoying, but now it's kind of like a white noise machine. It helps me sleep for some weird reason. Maybe because it makes me feel like I'm not so alone.
Chase?
I inhale sharply, nearly tripping over a clump of weeds. Jenna places a precautionary arm out in front of me for easing back when she sees I've got my balance again.
You still with us?
She looks at me up and down, as if looking for signs that I'm turning into another Leo situation. Said Wolf is still with us, ambling along like he can't even feel that half of his leg was stitched to mine less than an hour ago. I look back at her, nodding. Yeah. Exhausted, but that's to be expected, I guess.
Hmm. Ordinarily, I'd love a quiet walk with you at night. Though, considering the circumstances.
She pauses, looking over her shoulder.
Well, it could be worse.
You had a guardian angel. She noticeably stiffens as I bring up the topic of what just happened.
I'm, I'm trying not to think about it.
None of us had gone around to check out where Brian was dragged. In fact, we made a beeline in the opposite direction. Ordinarily, the lights of the town would guide us where to go, but everything's dark. The moon, our only real source of light. And even that is partially obscured.
The protective thing to do is to just think ahead right now. We'll come into town along the back roads. Get to the motel and take your car.
I give her an affirmative thumbs up. Micah, meanwhile, is clutching his knife tight. It reminds me of how he was with the wrench earlier, when he was really worried about Leo attacking him. Now the two walk nearly side by side. Everyone but Leo is rattled, that's for sure. I can't tell if it's the supposed hysteria's fault or just a completely rational reaction to all the shit that's happened today. Micah's usually arrogant and gruff demeanor is replaced by a more timid posture, the bat rubbing his neck like he can't believe he's alive. I try to think of something to say as he turns to face me. Micah, I'm sorry about Keith. Yeah, he responds simply, sucking in his lower lip for a moment between one of his fangs before speaking again. Still not sure exactly what happened, but now now I have a more definitive idea. He looks ahead again, shifting the topic. I had a dream about you, you know? No? After we spoke, I only got a little bit of sleep, but what I did dream stuck out to me. You were holding me underwater, drowning me. A cold chill creeps along my spine. Jenna looks over, raising her brow curiously at the bat. Leo stares straight ahead, unfazed. That's weird? Why are you telling me this? Micah waves his hand, dismissing my question as he continues. You were holding me underwater, and it was fucking terrifying because I couldn't breathe. Your hands around my throat felt exactly like the noose did. The way they bristled and cut into my neck. He points to the matted fur around his throat, the pinkish, raw rubbed flesh visible even in the dark. But talking emotionally and shit, I started feeling thankful? Thankful that I was killing you?
That's rather macabre.
The bat nods, seemingly well aware of how strange this sounds. Yet, he doesn't relent, noting how exceptionally strange everything else has been lately. I'd be willing to take anything at face value at this point. Like you were freeing me. Real fucked up suicidal shit. When I was up in the noose, though, I didn't want to die. So that part didn't translate. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't piss and shit myself. Did you guys? Jenna stares blankly at him.
No.
I did not. No. Leo, of course, is silent. So that's what that smell of piss and shit is. To think, I almost left town a couple of days ago. Would have never gotten caught up in this mess. Well, why did you really disappear the first time? Back in 2008. Micah fiddles with something in his pocket, taking it out and peering over it. I can't quite make out what it is. Something plastic, thick. A lot of reasons. My folks turned on me after finding out some shit one night. Came home to find my room torn up. All my belongings outside. My mom, the cunt, wouldn't stop fucking bawling. Screeched like a dying chicken at me. My dad, meanwhile, had this old police baton. Kept coming at me with it whenever I tried to come inside. Kept screaming, "Let me in!" and apologizing for every little screw-up that I could think of. None of it worked. Tried to sleep on the porch, but Dad came out and started kicking me in the back till I left. Jenna grimaces.
That's awful.
Leo looks back over his shoulder, slowing his pace some to match ours. I can tell that he's at least half listening now. No longer is spaced out. Keith was gone, and, I didn't have anywhere else to go. Wasn't too popular, as I recall. Even with Heather, Clint, and Jeremy. They had their own problems.
Should have told me.
The words catch Micah by surprise. The wolf staring at him from across the shrubbery. The shrubbery?
The shrubbery!
Shrubbery! Oh, the shrubbery! Hey, I know we just survived a near-death experience together, but no need to be getting all retroactively sappy. We turn a small bend around a sandy embankment. Some old car parts scattered in the underbrush. The moon is finally visible from behind Echo Canyon, and I can make out what Micah's carrying. Brian's cell phone. I guess he's going to try and take that in as evidence. As he moves to push it back into his pocket, he slips and clatters against the rock beneath him. Ah, fuck.
I'll get it.
Leo bends down, taking hold of the phone. The screen is shattered, and a few slivers of glass fall to the ground. Damn it! The bat extends out his hand. Thanks. Leo doesn't budge, still staring at the shattered device. Then from beyond the desert scrub and scattered car parts, mechanical roar. Light flashes before us, and Leo holds up his paw to shield himself from the lights. It takes me a moment to realize their headlights. The roar is the start of an old engine. It's a van sitting right in front of us, and it's all too familiar. What the? Jenna reels back, eyes wide.
That wasn't there a moment ago.
She mutters, craning her neck, some to peer through the red-tinted window and see who's behind the wheel. After a moment of inspection, it's clear that there's no one inside. Jenna?
What?
Jenna, this is the van from the dream. The one I told you about?
Oh, come on.
Jenna doesn't sound incredulous to my claim, just exhausted.
Oh, come on.
She crosses her arms tight. She crosses her arms tightly over her chest, not letting her eyes leave sight of the idling vehicle.
Okay, then. What's it doing here?
I don't have an answer for her, and therefore remain silent, stepping away from the front of the vehicle just in case it somehow takes off. Micah, meanwhile, looks confused. He peers around, his yellow eyes bright and shimmering in the focus of the headlights. What the fuck? I know where we are. But we were heading into town, towards the motel. How the fuck are we here? We didn't cross the highway, did we? I look out to our east, and sure enough, there it is. The weathered asphalt of Route 65. I would have noticed if we crossed pavement. Someone would have. It's the complete opposite direction that we should be heading. Jenna gasps, seemingly realizing this after a little after the rest of us.
We've been here before.
Leo speaks up, clutching the side of his head with a wince.
You'll recognize it too, right?
Leo still sounds half asleep, turning to face us. Though it appears he's only speaking to Micah and I. The bat blinks. Oh, fuck. You dreamed about this too, Chase? I swallow and nod, clutching my clammy paws against my shirt. I think so? The dream from earlier had already begun to fade from my memory, as most dreams do. But the way I felt watching it still, but the way I felt, the way I felt watching it is still very clear, and the whole scene is starting to give me some serious deja vu, or something like that. There was an albino guy. He had bright red eyes and got ran over. The van's motor continues to idle, humming as it waits. Uh, Mine was a little different. Micah doesn't elaborate.
No, we've been here before in real life. Implying that this is not real life?
Micah glances over at the wolf and the two exchange a look for a moment. Jenna steps forward and tugs at the driver's side door. It opens with a quiet creak and some errand cobwebs fraying apart as the door is pulled fully open. She squints at something by the wheel, then reaches in and taps it.
Keys are in the ignition, and there's this big red glare on the dash. Maybe a check engine light?
She frowns to herself.
It looks like this thing hasn't been used in a while. Sans whoever turned this on, but I'm no mechanic. If only there were one among us now.
Haha, among us.
Hey, Leo?
She pokes her head out, raising an inquisitive brow at the wolf.
You're welcome to take a look if you're feeling up to it.
She eyes Leo up, examining his physical condition. Her expression is a mixture of skepticism and concern. Leo begins to limp towards the van, and Micah quickly steps up beside him to keep him from tipping over. He grunts appreciatively in response, speaking up.
It's probably not a check engine light. What makes you say that? Those didn't really exist back when this was made. Before the mid-90s?
Are you guys thinking we can drive this out of Echo?
I'm a little more concerned with wondering who turned this on in the first place. And how we even got here. But that's an optimistic thought, Chase.
So maybe this is a gift horse that we're looking squarely in the mouth right now? Doubt it. Micah rasps, helping Leo prop himself against the driver's side door as Jenna steps aside.
The light looks like it isn't coming from the dash.
Leo clumsily grasps the steering wheel, peering closer.
It's like it's being reflected off the odometer. But I don't see a direct source.
How Leo can see clearly at all after repeated blows to the head may be the real question here. That's fucking weird. A shuffling noise comes from the back of the van, and everyone freezes. There's a raggedy fabric pattern hiding everything past the front seats from view. Gingerly, Leo pulls it aside and squints into a red light illuminating his face.
Is anyone back there?
Leo doesn't immediately respond, but I can't see him well from where I'm standing. I limp my way up beside Jenna.
Leo?
She inquires again, more urgent.
No, not right now. There is something back there, though. Well, that's obvious enough. I'm too big to squeeze between the seats. Gonna go around.
Everyone takes a step back out of the now seemingly coherent Wolf's way as he exits the van. Then a red balloon comes out of the back and explodes. Fucking deja vu, something fierce right now. You too. Jenna gives us both a quizzical look as Leo braces the handle of the rusted van door and gives it a yank. At first, it doesn't budge, but after another hard tug, the door flies open. One door partially unhinged as it dangles to the side. There's something standing in the middle of the van on three spindly legs. The red light projects from something on the top and begins to flash on and off. Camera on a tripod? At first, I think it's mine, but upon closer inspection, it looks like an older model. No fucking way. Micah quickly backs away, nearly tipping over a prickly pear cactus in his haste. Nope. This isn't real. Everyone pack it up.
We're being filmed? What is this? Some elaborate prank show? This is 100% not funny.
Leo says nothing, climbing into the back of the van, turning the display monitor on the camera around. On it, a little red dot on the corner flashes on and off, in time with illumination of the rest of the cab. The display screen itself shows us standing there, and at the back of the van, through a image of fuzzy distortion. I wonder how long this has been here. That's my camera! Micah shouts in surprise, looking briefly to the rest of us before lowering his voice some. Or, well, the high school's camera, but they were shit at keeping inventory. I ditched it after my folks kicked me out.
Okay, but what's it doing here? And why is it recording?
Judging by the look on everyone's faces, I don't think anyone has an answer to that. Leo brings a heavy paw up to his eyes, rubbing them some before peering at Micah. Then the screen, then back again. Micah cants his head some at the wolf, letting out a slow exhale. Either this is one fucked up joke, wolf boy. I'm beginning to think this is the Hum's doing. The Hum. He mentioned that before by the motel.
Wow. Haven't heard that word in a while.
What's the Hum? It's, hard to describe. Bad dreams, like we talked about before, feels kinda like Vision Quest shit. Real spiritual stuff that Keith talked about a lot. Wasn't good vibes, though. Bad energy only. Thing is, it only really happens when you're sleeping. And I'm wide-ass awake now. He extends his arms out to the side for a moment before gripping the van's door, thumbing at the chipping paint.
I haven't thought about that in a while. Jeremy and Adam talked about it when I was younger, after I mentioned seeing...
The thing is, we just saw a half hour ago. She wants to say, but she still visibly can't accept that. Not yet. 1 second, I'm going to turn you up slightly.
Okay. You know what?
I don't, but as I was saying, you can kind of tell when it's happening because it's more than just a nightmare. Your ears start buzzing. Then like one of them orchestra bands tuning up. Violins in your skull, you know? A creeping sensation that I know exactly what he's talking about. That builds in my gut.
You hear it too?
What? Like right now? Leo stares for a moment before nodding. One of the bat's large ears flicks, turns his head from side to side. I don't think so. He pauses. Maybe might be the engine? He shifts attention back to the vehicle, yanking on the van's door some. The spooky ass ghost van engine? The metal frame from the van seems to rattle in response. Though that might just be my imagination. Sometimes I'd go out into the hills and just camp out away from home, 'cause the home wasn't as bad there. Heather did it a bunch with me, too, though, she had her other reasons. Jenna nods, slowly exhaling before crossing her arms over her chest.
So, I suppose, then you have a theory about all this? One based in, what, Meseta spiritualism?
Honestly, I thought it was like radon poisoning or something. But you get the hum in a few places around town, too. I'm slept all over. Rail yard, the lake, this van. They're all real hummy places.
You've slept in this van before?
Despite everything, he's just a bat in a cage. Despite everything that's happened. He's just a bat in a van. Despite everything that's happened, the idea that anyone would want to take a nap in this creepy thing is dubious at best for Jenna. Well, Micah trails off. For one, usually so coarse and brazen, his seeming awkwardness right now feels out of place for him.
We both have. Briefly.
Leo places the flat of his palm on the bed of the cab. Flattened cardboard boxes and ratty bits of fabric must have once been blankets or towels. Bits of fabric that must have once been blankets or towels cover the surface. The large canine's brow furrows some, and finally he looks back, up at all of us. It may just be me, but he doesn't seem as sluggish anymore. Jenna looks at an exhausted, amused noise, letting her arms flop down to her sides.
Truly? I'm not surprised. I see the appeal.
Leo and Micah look at each other. There's a silence. Wait.
Hold on. You're not saying... I was so stupid.
We were both stupid when we banged. Micah squeezes the bridge of his nose, closing his eyes as if cringing at himself. I was such a skeevy little bitch back then. I don't know why I pushed.
No, I didn't mean that, Micah. I meant for what happened after. You had it rough, and I didn't care. Or, if I did, I didn't wanna... cause of... what happened at the party.
I feel like an outsider looking in at some intimate conversation that I don't understand. Which is a feeling I can't say I've felt when I'm around Leo. He'd always go out of his way to include me in everything. What party? What are you guys talking about?
Chase, 2008. That Dia de los Muertos party at the Parsons warehouse? The one where you told me you were gay. The night we got together.
I blink. My parents had caught me watching gay porn that morning on the computer, and I was afraid to come home to them, so I went to some party at Parsons. The night itself was kind of a blur. I remember getting in a brief fight with a guy who dumped beer on TJ and then walked up then and then waking up with Leo over me, eyes full of concern. Somehow, I ended up confiding everything in him about me being into guys. He apparently had a hunch about it, and next thing I knew, he was ushering me out of the old warehouse to walk home with me. We kissed by the rail yard. We kissed in the rail yard by his house. And that was about the start of our relationship proper. Still, something always seemed a bit off about that party. The way Leo was acting. I think I remember some dude trying to come up to talk to him, and Leo telling him off before insisting that I not ask about it. He seemed really serious at the time. Didn't want to ruin a good thing, or something like that. I didn't get a good look at the guy he talked to, but he was carrying a camera? The wolf taps the side of the tripod with his fingertips.
Leo, you are reprehensible.
Jenna's voice is cold and curt. Jenna?
Why?
Shut up! Jenna looks taken aback, but only for a split second before shaking her head in disbelief. Leo winces, clutching his wounded head, his reddish eyes flicking up to meet mine.
I shouldn't have agreed to it. It was just...
Jenna quickly interjects, stepping in front of me.
No, Leo. This whole week has just proven to me, time and time again, that you are just...
She stares, letting out a hot puff of air between her lips before spreading her arms wide.
just perfect for Echo. You truly, truly belong here. You know that? God, how old were you then? How old was Micah? Did you even care?
Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Are you about done? The bat pivots on his heel away from the van to face Jenna, his eyebrows narrowed beneath his bangs. Look, you don't know me. I ain't some fucking victim. Shit was my choice. What was your choice? Chase, you are so oblivious.
Jeez, even I get it, and I'm the house cat. Come on, dude. Chase, you are an absolute idiot. All times. Sometimes. Sorry.
Jenna sounds very disgusted. I frown at her, wondering what the fuck I did wrong.
And I abandoned you.
Jenna visibly seethes.
None of this.
She points to the rusty van, the same red light flashing on and off.
Makes any sense. But all your actions completely do. You are just all so perfect for this town. Thinking any of that was okay.
Throws up her hands, legs shaking with frustration. Is she including me in this?
It isn't. I'm gone. Done.
Jenna! She turns to leave through a cracking front. She turns to leave, though a cracking from what the fuck? Though a cracking from the front of the van. Okay, I see.
It's crackling. Like a radio.
She turns to leave, though a crackling from the front of the van brings her to a halt. Hey. From the console, the distorted voice I become all too familiar with rings forth again. It's coming from the old radio, the audio crackling through the dusty speakers. Jenna recognizes it instantly and begins stepping back away from the van.
We should go. Now.
Her voice is shaky. The air itself seems fuzzy, electric. Like I'm breathing in hundreds of tiny strands of vibrating twine. That sounded like Chase.
Hi.
Leo's the only one to outright respond back, and Micah looks at him with a bewildered expression. Don't talk to the hum.
It's Chase.
Chase is right there, dipshit. He gestures to me, still standing gobstopped at the back of the van. Leo slowly looks back at me, squinting at my chin and then my eyes. It's me. Let's go home. He sees that it isn't my mouth moving, and his eyes widen a little more. A small line of blood runs down from the spot just behind his ear down to his jaw. I promise I won't bring it up again. Let's go home. Who gives a fuck what the others say? You know I'm right. I remember saying those exact words after Flynn blasted us for skipping Jenna's birthday party in 10th grade. I had convinced Leo to hang out with me instead. I was addicted to private time with him. I promise I won't bring it up again. We're all silent, staring at the dark cab where the noise is coming from. Except for Leo. He's looking directly at me. Leave.
Oi.
He asks me. I'm not sure what to say. It's not me speaking, but those are my words. Everything feels hazy. Hazy and wet. Micah leans his head into the van, trying to get the wolf's attention. Leo, Keith always said not to talk to the hum. That's what this shit is, no doubt. The hysteria. It has a voice? Apparently, it's your fucking voice, Chase. No wonder everyone's so damn riled up about you after coming back. But why me? Do I look like some kind of Masetta Wiseman? Micah grunts, fidgeting from foot to foot. Despite his demeanor, he's definitely visibly unnerved by all this. I'm parroting shit I heard from a guy who's probably dead. For a while, when I was younger, I thought I heard Keith's voice too, telling me the shit I wanted to hear. But shit, that wasn't good for me. So I got the fuck out of town. Jenna throws her hands up, squeezing the pendant on her necklace.
I can't handle this. I'm going to do what the spooky van wants and leave.
It's not the van. A voice in my head speaks, softly, like a whisper from right behind my ear. It's a masculine voice, but not my own. An older man with a kind of old Western accent. It's not the van. That doesn't sound Western. Familiar. Glancing back, there's no one there. Without thinking, I speak. It's not the van.
And how do you know that?
The voices. I don't know. I admit. There's a long silence and Leo's tail curls inward. He's biting the inside of his cheek, thinking hard. Finally, he looks me in the eyes again.
It's me. That thing. It follows me. I thought it was you, but it's not you. You're different now.
He gesticulates in my direction. Leo, I love...
Please. Be quiet for a sec, eh?
Theo interrupts the otherworldly voice like he's shushing a small child. Now he's looking at me, but his gaze seems to shift towards the horizon. 1,000-yard stare.
Jeez. You all left. And it was never the same. So I tried to cope. Remember all the stuff you used to say to me, even the Nagi sheet, or your banter. Hell, I imagine every day at work that you're there with me, talking to me while I'm fixing cars. I pretend I'm teaching you about the basics, like changing oil or replacing headlights. I know it's not riveting stuff, but in my head, you love me, and I love you. There's just some distance, that's all. Then I drive home, listening to whatever's on the radio, and I imagine you reacting to it. Groaning every time the word truck is mentioned in a country song, or making some snide-ass remark about the political odds.
A little smile curves along his jowls, though it diminishes as quickly as it forms. A little drop of blood running down the fur of his cheek, finally spatters on the cab floor beneath him.
When I get home, I go online, and there's this pulling in my chest, like a dread, you know? I click on the social media sheet and it's you. The real you. And you're different. You're wearing new shirts, hanging out with new friends, drinking fancy college beers, growing terrible facial hair.
I touch my goatee briefly. Micah gives me a sidelong glance.
And it feels like I'm losing you all over again. So I just avoid it. I pretend. I pretend that we still drink together on the patio as the sun goes down on Saturdays. I pretend that you're there beside me at home, watching me play my games. And I pretend at night that my pillow I've got my arms wrapped around is you. Making your little irk noises when you do when I ruffle your head fur or squeeze you.
Leo plants his rump against the side of the cabin, sliding down to a sitting position as he clutches his head.
And then, one day, you started talking back. At first it was quiet. In the back of my head, not even really noticeable. And over time it just got more real, yeah? Soon I was looking in mirrors and seeing you standing there, a reflection in a window or a pool of water. Sometimes I swear you could even touch me. But it wasn't you, not the real you. It was the you I wanted you to be. This perfect, subservient thing. But it didn't make me happier. It was just a dream. A dream that kept blurring between, like, what was real and what wasn't. And so I wanted to see you. The real you. To, I don't know, get a grip? Fix me? But it just made things worse when you didn't give a shit. And I would smile and you would look away. And you wouldn't take every chance to hang, and you would take every chance to hang with others instead of me.
His eyes flicked briefly towards Jenna before trailing back down to the space between his feet, the wolf breathing slowly.
These past few days, it's been unlike anything I've ever felt before. I'd forget what was real and what wasn't. And it drive me up the walls, you know? So... Sorry. I just...
He rubs his face.
Fuck.
The wolf goes still. The wolf goes still, the gravity of his words rendering everyone silent. Even the radio. Jenna, who seems to be constantly wavering between lingering and noping the fuck out of here, glances back over her shoulder. Her grievances with Leo and Micah are apparently lessened in the face of continued paranormal onslaught.
So, this thing that we're seeing, as manifested by the hum, is some sort of tulpa?
Tulpa? The name sounds familiar. Something Carl mentioned to me in passing.
In layman, a more advanced version of an imaginary friend.
The Finnick frowns deeply, thinking.
The process of induction, visualization, thought form, and other mental forcing can stimulate these sorts of psychosomatic happenings. Generally, you see it with people who say they talk to Jesus, or other religious icons that encourage prayer and meditation upon idols.
You're saying I'm like some kind of worshipped idol? Jenna sighs as Leo slinks down a little.
Sure. That still doesn't explain why we can see and hear this thing. Honestly, it's more like we're enduring some sort of collective traumatic hallucination. But right now, I'm just spitballing here to rationalize this.
She swirls her paw in the direction of the van. A person that others can see and interact with. Born from a dream? Who is this, Titus from Final Fantasy X or something?
Yes, jeez.
We watch the radio. Doesn't chime in.
I think it's gone.
Another silence. Finally, Micah speaks up. Jesus fuck, Leo! Can't you just print out Chase's yearbook picture and tape it to a fleshlight like a normal person? Leo looks to Micah, his tired, wounded face slipping into a grin before he starts to chuckle. It's the first bit of proper laughter I've heard from him in days, even if it is bittersweet.
Michael,
Say,
I'm sorry.
dude, for real, it's fine. Mega watches Leo with some wariness in his golden eyes, crossing his tattooed arm over his chest.
Nah.
Huh? What do you mean by nah?
Nah. We may have just been messing around, but you had shit rough at home. Everyone knew it. And I just didn't want to think about it, yeah? You just disappeared one day, and that was it. But you were small. Didn't have nobody to turn to. I should have been there for you.
Micah scuffs his foot against the dirt, looking a mixture of frazzled and embarrassed at the conversation taking place. We didn't have that kind of relationship. Not like you and Jace had. Relationship? The bat looks at me, quickly clarifying. It wasn't really a relationship or nothing. It was a bad word. That was a bad word to use. Just two kids who both knew they liked dudes and experimenting. There's a twist of sensation in my chest as I look at both of them, then imagining them in the van. Right before what was essentially the most romantic night of my life. The day I felt most loved and special out of any.
With a $700 camera and a 3-year age difference.
Micah ignores Jenna. Judging by your expression, I'm guessing he never told you. I don't blame him. Leo scoots himself to the back of the van. wait. So, so he was sitting by the driver's side, right? So he's just sort of like dragging his ass across the ground, scoot to the back of the van.
We'll check for brown lines. Look for any eggs, worms.
At least it's not on the carpet, right? Leo scoots himself to the back of the van, hanging his legs off the end as he looks back to me.
And I should have. I just didn't want to lose you, you know?
He's looking at me now. And yet he lost you anyway. Oh. It's all I can manage to say. Leo turns his attention back to Micah.
I'm no replacement for Keith. But I should have helped you get back on your feet. I introduced you to the group. Dios, you and Chase would have gotten along after a while. Didn't you want to be a journalism major?
Jenna, despite the apologetic tone of Leo, definitely doesn't seem eager to stick around for this conversation. Man, that was a lifetime ago.
We could have taken your feral ass in, shown you how society works. Come on. You probably don't even know how to do your taxes.
Micah clicks his tongue against the roof of his mouth, kind of like how Leo does. Fuck taxes. Government ain't getting shit. Anyway, he clears his still raspy throat, wincing as he swallows. If you want to get ahead in life, you can't rely on others. Gotta get it for yourself. Pauses and glances towards Jenna for a moment. We did. I chime in, still trying to wrap my head around the revelation from earlier. Micah looks like he's about to snap back with something biting, but just waves it off with a flop of his hand. Oh, I know. Anyway, if you wanted forgiveness, you got it. It's just put some distance between us and this hotspot, okay?
Please.
Micah grunts once, beginning to walk off behind Jenna. After a moment, he slows some, looking back to Leo. Glad you, finally woke up, though.
Would you like to take a break?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, take a little break.
All right, everyone, we're going to break time.
It's break time.
Break time.